coming to you live. My name is Kyle Scott. Today I'm going to show you how to play Hark the Herald Angels Sing, the Phil Wickham version. This song is in the key of G. There's not a lot of standard G and C and E minor shaped chords. It's all kind of unusual shapes, so it's a little different in that way. It's kind of fun to play. Let me start by showing you the finger picking pattern, and then I'll show you the chords and the way he plays them. Okay, so let's start by muting our strings. We're going to put our thumb on the D string here, and you're going to play thumb, middle, thumb, index. Thumb, middle, thumb, index. And we repeat that over and over, and we get the pattern he uses. Dun, 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 dun. Just using these three strings here, the D, G, and B strings. Bum, gum, buka. Now on the second chord of the intro, he switches, and he does thumb, index, thumb, middle. So instead of going to the middle first, he goes to the index first. So he goes thumb, index, thumb, middle. Dun, 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 dun. That only happens one time, and then he goes back to the original. So most of the song is thumb, middle, thumb, index, but there's a few parts where it's thumb, index, thumb, middle. Okay? Now let's apply that to the chords. Here are the chords in this song. The intro in a lot of the song centers around this shape right here. This is actually a G chord, not like your standard G traditional position, but just three of the notes coming from the G bar chord here. Just playing those three notes where the pinky, middle, and bar are. It's like a little ramp. Ring on 5th fret, D string, 4th fret, 3rd fret. Going one string down each time. D string, G string, B string. And using our pattern that we worked on earlier, we play thumb, middle, thumb, index. Thumb, middle, thumb, index. We do that 3 times, and then we move to the D over F sharp, which is just a little slide, where we slide down like this. We slide our ring, and as we're sliding, we leave our ring here, and we switch the order of these 2 fingers. Okay, instead of being here, if we slid, they'd be here. Instead of doing that, we reverse them and do that. Okay, so here and here. And then we have our thumb, index, thumb, middle pattern. Only one time. So let's tie that together. Notice I switched to thumb, index, thumb, middle on that shape. And then, for this one, we take our index up a string and our ring down a string, and we have an E minor 7. And we go back to thumb, middle, thumb, index. 3 times. And then we switch them back and do thumb, index, thumb, middle there. Every time we get to this chord, it goes to thumb, index. The other 2 chords are thumb, middle. So stringing it all together. And then it repeats. A little caveat here is that there are parts where he's kind of filling in the space between. He's not just letting that ring all the time. Sometimes he's kind of picking in there. So you might hear. All right, you might hear a little bit of that occasionally. It's very subtle. I wouldn't worry too much about it if it's giving you a hard time. Focus on what we worked on earlier. Okay, that's the intro. When the verse hits, he sits there for a while. Hark the herald angel, staying on the G. Now we're going to do a higher version of a G over B. Okay, you might know this as a G over B, but we're going to do it here. Just these 3 strings. G string, 4th fret, barring 3rd fret here with your index. And we're going to play thumb, middle, thumb, index. So your thumb has to shift, your fingers have to shift from these 3 down to these 3. You play the same pattern as before, but now they're here. You play 1 time. Then we put our ring on for the C here. The C2, we play. And then we jump down to here and play. So this is just a D shape, right? I'm not pressing this note because I'm not going to play it. So I just need these two. Thumb middle, thumb index. And then back to the G. So that's the first line of the verse. I'll play it through a little bit here. Hark the herald angels sing. Second line goes straight to the G, stays on the G. Peace on earth. And we just drift down to that D like we had earlier. Same picking pattern. Back to the G. Joyful. Sliding down just like on the intro. Join the tribe. Now we're dropping to that D, unlike the intro. So that line there, G, D over F sharp, E minor 7, and a standard D. On the C here, we play our C2 or add 9, however you want to say that, like we did on the first line of the song. We play it here. Ring finger here, barring those two. With angelic. Now this A minor is quite a bit different from here. We're going to play it here. Okay, so from here, all you gotta do is kind of jump up and keep that sort of shape and do that. So now you're barring 3 strings and putting your ring finger there on the D string 7th fret and playing. It's kind of hard to hear exactly how he picks this part, but I play, you can hear that note. That's why I like to play it up here. He wants that high note, okay? And I pick them both. Kind of like that. You could just do one, like, and skip that string if you want. So 2 of those. And then there's a little guitar part that goes after that I like. It might be a second guitar that he dubbed in or had someone else play, but I've tried to mix it in here. It's pretty hard to do just because of the way that the guitar is laid out in this specific note with that switching to that chord. Because you want that doo to land right when the D bass hits, but it's kind of hard to make it happen. So notice, I'm only plucking this on the side. Okay, it's not necessary, you can leave this out, but I'm just showing you how I like to do it. So you got host proclaim, and then Christ is, Christ is. That's tough, I know. You can just go to a D. You can just go, host proclaim, Christ is. You don't have to have that note, I like it. So that slidey note. Host proclaim. And then a G, and then a C here. So it's like earlier, but I like to put this one on now. In Beth, that's a C right there. A version of a C. In Bethlehem, and back to G. Last line is the same as the line before it, almost. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Now you notice I went C, D, G. You don't have to do that. You can do C, D, G, the normal D. It's just this is also a D. And it is kind of hard to hear. Like I said, it's kind of hard to hear exactly what he's doing at certain parts. But I'm just making sure you're playing these 3-note chords and you're continuing with thumb, middle, thumb, index the whole time. You'll be in good shape. That's the picking pattern and the chords in the song. Let me do a little playthrough for you. I'm just going to play intro and verse 1 because it all just repeats over and over. Okay. Hark the herald, That's the song. Repeats over and over. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully it was helpful for you that are trying to learn this song, maybe to play at your church or just at home for fun. Love being here. Love teaching you guys, and hope to see you on my next video. Peace.